My stream. Yeah, we live. All right. Okay, we're gonna give them a couple minutes, man, to go ahead and come to the stream. But yeah, we live now. The difference between this and the last software is I cannot. I think I told you. So when I say we live, live. Like we live. You know what I'm saying? In other words, don't say nothing that I don't give a shit. Excuse me, but don't say nothing you want everybody else to hear right now because they should be able to hear us. Babe, quality checks, everything good? Popped up?
Okay. Yeah, I just see you as no offense.
Yeah, it's gonna go to the logo right now.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yup. Pin this. We kick this thing off in about not even 2 minutes, about 60 seconds, boss.
All right.
All right. Let's get them what they want. First and foremost, because you guys are now have the ability to hear us in the beginning, I want to thank everybody for viewing us. But yeah, let's get the show on the road, guys. Started with the right way to do this thing. Let's get it.
All this weight on my shoulders. All this weight on my shoulders. All this weight. All this weight on my shoulders. 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 I've been hustling all my life. I've been hustling all my life. No love in these streets, so keep a pipe. Had a little talk with God and he told me get it right, cause they'll stab you in your back and they don't even need a knife. Hustling all my life. I've been hustling all my life. No love in these streets, so keep a pipe. Had a little talk with God and he told me get it right, cause they'll stab you in your back and they don't even need a knife. Bitch, I'm a soldier. Bitch, I'm a soldier. Bitch, I'm a soldier. Sometimes it look like it's over. Sometimes it look like it's over. Sometimes it look like it's over. They snakes, they cobras. They snakes, they cobras. They like to be all on you. That loud the aroma. Yeah, that loud the aroma. That's why they like to come over. And bitch, you ain't my friend, so don't be acting like it. And I seen it before it happened like a nigga psychic. And your bitch want this dick, she probably wanna wife me. But I'm married to the streets, so that's unlikely. Cuban link, Gucci links, yeah, it's so icy. Know a couple niggas wanna be just like me. Yeah, all I do is tell the truth and show you real love. Don't be fucking with that nigga, he a real scrub. I know real plugs. Yeah, he a real scrub. I'm fresh as fuck, bitch, like I just jumped up out the tub. You can still see the sun. These niggas ain't gon' show you love. I show it, nigga, just because. All this weight on my shoulders. 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 I've been hustling all my life. I've been hustling all my life. No love in these streets, so keep a pipe. Had a little talk with God and he told me get it right, cause they'll stab you in your back and they don't even need a knife. Hustling all my life. I've been hustling all my life. No love in these streets, so keep a pipe. Had a little talk with God and he told me get it right, cause they'll stab you in your back and they don't even need a knife. Got all this weight on my shoulders, I gotta lift it off. Shoot them down, one by one, I'm trying to pick them off. Make your bitch eat this dick, this drip, she lick it off. He never was my homie, he never was my dog. When I was down, he never called and tried to pick me up. When my spirit was down, he never lifted up. So now I'm fucked up in the brain, I'm wanting to get back. Keeping that shit real with him, no, I had to switch that. I wanna put this 40 Glock right where his ribs at. Damn, they like, why the fuck I did that? Cause he ain't showing love, it ain't what I thought it was. I'm still fresh as fuck, like I just jumped up out the tub. All this weight on my shoulders. 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 I've been hustling all my life. I'm the GOAT. GGMG Remo, man. Toxic love. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the No Offense Podcast. You already know why we are here in that building, man. We got your man, David Finck, aka. Man, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it because he there it is. We got him in the building.
You know what time
man.
it is?
They know it.
Another hood classic.
There it is. Thank you for blessing us with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
infectious energy, man. If you don't know, you will know. And if you do know, you need to tell some damn body, man. It's going down, man. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, Matt.
You know, it's rare that this kind of free game hit you, like, you know what I'm saying, like this. So if you got the time, man, definitely sit around, definitely sit down, get your popcorn, pull up your seat, because it's gonna be an episode, man. You got the man in the house, Mr. David Finck, and we're gonna get to know the
Excited to be
story,
here,
bro.
man.
Hey, brother, I'm honored. I'm honored, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you again for allowing us to do this and being part of the future endeavors. You know that thing that we working on. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
it's
Yes, sir.
just a blessing, bro. It's just a blessing to know you, brother, and to be able to get to talk to you about your story today, man. For sure.
Same thing, man. Same thing, man. We really got to know each other over the last few months, man. And dog, it's been a pleasure, brother.
Hey man, amen. I ain't gonna now listen. We're gonna start from the beginning for those who might not have the relationship we got. All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Real quick too, before we get rolling, because you got a lot of family in the house, the people who watch you, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm acknowledging them. They coming in. We got Cha out of Passport Republic here in the house. Appreciate you. We got Justin
Yes.
Cross. He say, hey, I'm in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yee.
We got my man DA, also Passport Republic from Michigan in the house. He say, what's up, man? He in here.
At hometown, you know what it is.
I was just about to get that. I was gonna say, man, for those who can't see, man, tell them where you from, bro. Tell them where you from, bro.
Baby.
The dirty boy.
East side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know you're from Detroit. Now, were you born and raised there, or what was the love-hate relationship as far as living there, man? How'd it go?
Well, I'm gonna be quite honest with you, man. I early on in life, I grew up in like Sterling Heights. My parents were doing pretty well, and when my parents split up, it kind of forced a financial burden, I guess, on both parties, because we moved down. My dad moved over to Roseville. My grandma, thank God, left me a house in Warren. So when I was a senior in high school, I had my own house. I was blessed. But that was maybe a curse in disguise too, because we turned it into a flop house.
Hey.
Everyone from high school would come there at lunch. We just had big parties there, and it was something else. But the city ended up shutting us down. So here I went. I went out to Detroit, and that was it. East side over by like John R. areas, Chandler Park, and then in the Southwest. In the Southwest Detroit, a little bit of Casper Street. Shout out to all the Southwest G's over there, but yeah, man. So East side everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know much about Detroit, but East side, back in my day, even East siders and West siders, the only time they really communicated is if it was doing business. Other than that, the East side was its own world, the West side was its own world. Don't come over here with that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
So, I got you.
So I was all over the East side, man. So I got known to me the East Side G, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Well, how did that lead into you, as far as you getting into some music, man? Like, were you already dabbling in it back then, or so was music part of your life at that time?
Well, to go all the way back, my dad was really big into jazz music. So Dave Burkett, the Burketts were from Nova Scotia, where my dad had grown up in Canada. Gotcha. And make a long story short, he migrated into Windsor, into the Detroit area, and met my mom and my mom's brothers. They had a band, and they were called Nightwind. And boy, when I tell you they jammed, bro, they jammed. And it was like almost like a Ted Nugent met like Bob Seger. I mean, they were just they played all over the Midwest. But when they were in Detroit, especially, my parents would go and support them, and they'd bring the kids too. So me and my cousins, we'd be hanging out, and my cousins ended up later on in life going on and becoming a band. So music, we was always involved in some type of music growing up.
Gotcha. Now was that on your way to eventually where you are now? What was some of the valuable lessons? Because we all come through that time where we're having fun, but eventually you start being more conscious of what's going on around you. What are some of those valuable lessons that you learned on your way to who you are today?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hate to say this too, because during that time period, man, I didn't want to be in that part. But prison, man, prison kind of enlightened me to how precious time is, and man, man, we take freedom way too for granted. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of funny when you don't wake up at 8 a.m. and you say, you know what? I need some cigarettes. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get some cigarettes, or I'm gonna go get these trees or whatever it is. Well, when you're in lockdown, they tell you when to eat. They tell you when to do what you have to do, and you kind of lose track of your dreams because there ain't no future other than that for the next whatever your sentence is. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that, I mean, really that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I try to preach that everywhere I go, man. That man, your time is precious. So if you don't have a plan and have it rigged out, how do you want it to go? You might not make it there, man.
As far as when was that? I know you said you experienced it in prison, but what was that turnaround moment for you? Like what was the action that made you have that, what I call come to Jesus meeting? Like when you like, hey, listen, this ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was the second time in prison. You know, it was the second time in prison for the same shit. Excuse my language, but for the same thing. You know, us trying to hustle, selling dope, trying to think I'm gonna beat the system. You know, I ain't scared to admit it. You know, you look up my public record, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I just took that same hustle mentality and put it into music. You know, early on, go back to the first question a little bit. You know, what really influenced me is, you know, Joe Bruce from Violent J from ICP. You know, I always got to pay homage to them. You know what I'm saying? They installed it in me, you know. Yes, I came home from prison and they put me with them, you know. Sometimes I didn't like the movements they were making, but it was what it was. And guess what? Their moves ended up being the ones they had to make because they made it multi-million dollars, you know what I'm saying? Merchandise alone. So to see that grow from just a local Detroit buzz to a nationwide buzz to flying in on the helicopter to, you know, Woodstock, that was cool to see, man. And I got a chance to see all that marketing that went into that to make that happen. And it was like, wow, that's a lot of work.
Facts. I know being around, because personally, my all-time favorite ICP song is The Dating Game. That's the song I was introduced to them by, you know what I'm saying? So it was Facts. Like it was just so I wasn't ready for what was coming, you know what I'm saying? So especially being around the guys, you know, Violent J and such while they're coming up, how was just being in the moment, bro? Like how was, you know what I'm saying, with the parties, with the constant, you know, bouncing from performance to performance, the moments in life. How was that, bro?
Man, it was, you know, while you're going through it in the moment, you kind of take it for granted again, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much work to be done. And, you know, you're on a tour bus and you're going from Cleveland to Detroit to Toledo, Ohio, to Minneapolis, where Prince's Bar, St. Louis. You know, we were just going to places that were kind of foreign to them at the time, you know, playing small bars and stuff. And I got the privilege to be the dude to be like, yo, what's up, St. Louis? Clowns in the house, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be the hype man for them. And it was fun. It was fun. But you take those moments for granted when you're going through it because it's like, it's a lot of work, you know, sleeping on the bus, buying brand new draws, throwing away the old draws. You know, it was a lot of work going through. But when you look back at it, you're like, man, these were priceless, man. These were priceless times, dog.
I was gonna say, compared to the ethic back then, especially you being familiar with what it takes to get there, how would you compare their struggle compared to today's struggle of an artist trying to make it?
Man, it's difficult. This the big difference, man, and this got to be addressed. Back then, there was CDs, tapes, and they had a value on them. There was, you know, $8.99 a piece, $12.99 a piece, whatever it was, and you had a tangible product. You could take that tangible product anywhere, and you could. I could go from Detroit to Toledo, and I know that if I sold 150 CDs during that day, our team. We had a place to stay. We was eating good, and we had some money for our pockets. Right. So we could go from city to city and promote ourselves, knowing that, hey, if we got a good enough hustle, we're going to pay our bills from these CDs alone. Right. Now there ain't none of that. It's all streams. You got some sales on iTunes, you got some sales on Amazon, but it's difficult to generate enough money to put the money behind the promo to get to the next level. It's like a catch-22. That's the only difference. Back then, you could make $1 million by selling your tapes. Now it's all merch. So if you look, if you ain't got a site online trying to promote your product and your brand, and you ain't got it, you're wrong. Because that's all your money right there, merch. Yeah. That's what we're down to nowadays in the music business. There ain't no tangible product.
Facts. Now,
so I hope that answers the question.
It said a lot, and it said a lot that needed to be said. Goddamn it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? No offense.
Another hood classic.
Facts. So with the passion that you had, and because you've had the experience that you have, how has that helped shape your path and your plan going forward?
Well, going forward, it really it gave me an advantage because I kind of knew some of the steps you need to take to get to a certain level. Yeah. But let's face it, that was a big underground following. Mainstream music is a lot different. So just using Remo as an experience, because that's what we're working with now, is there's a lot of avenues that you can travel, but you got to know which one's the real one and not the facade. Because man, some of these things are so out there, and they make it look so good that for the average artist, man, just to weed through the weasels, I call them, is it's a job in itself, man. Thanks. Job in itself. But with that being said, going further, I've been new experience networking, man. We man, sometimes like we'll do a meet and greet with a interviewer or radio, for instance, when we did the radio interview in New York for the college station recently with Remo. Mm-hmm. Man, they spread our word over to 6 of their college radio people, and they got us calling saying, man, that was awesome. Let's tag you on our show. Let's get we have a freestyle show. We want you to do some freestyle. Man, the networking, you'd be surprised when you kick it off with somebody, they push you just as good as you push yourself too sometimes. So I'd have to say going forward, it's all about the network you create. And that's on you. That's on you. That ain't on your manager. That ain't on this person. As an artist, when you get in front of those people, it's your time to shine. You put your face on. If you ain't feeling good, whatever it is, hey, it's time to shine. It's time to go. It's go time.
Hold on, brother. Could you repeat that? I was way in the back, and I want to make sure they heard that shit.
I ain't even repeat it. Let me rewind it. Make it rewind it, because that was free game.
Free game. They got the first pass for free. They got to work for the second one, huh?
That's it. The second time it'll install on the brain. So if they want to rewind it, they can do that.
There it is, man. I'm telling you, man. And I thank you, OG, for dropping these jewels, because man, I'm tired. They don't even understand. We try to sell people these things, but it's only the people that take participation in these things that get the results. Meanwhile, you got the other people who are complaining about why they don't get results, and
And when you create that network and you find out this is the guy that does the marquee ads for Spotify. He's awesome at YouTube ads, for Google ads. Man, I don't mind paying those guys a couple bucks to show me how to do it, because at the end of the day, 2 years later, I'm gonna know the same thing. You just taught me. I paid you to teach me. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying the person. Hey, you know more than me? I need you. I need you. That's the mentality I have, because man, one person cannot do this. I promise you, man. If you think you're an artist and you can do yourself, you can walk up to the board and just draw a picture for these people, and they're gonna buy the picture. I hate to break it to you, man. I hate to break it to you, because it's a lot more than that, man. It's a lot more than that.
We won't say it's impossible, but we'll say you'll waste a lot of time.
Absolutely not, because man, look. 3 years later, we got an artist that peaked at number 1 in Germany, number 4 in UK, and number 7 in the US. That's huge, man.
Okay. Shout out to that boy Remo, man.
Shout
If
out to
y'all don't-
Remo, man. That man, he got 70 songs in the computer and 40 out on I mean, his catalog. He's a workaholic, man. So
Facts.
shout out to him too. I gotta take my hat off because without him, you know, I work with a bunch of artists. They come into the studio, but man, that kid's something special, man. He's a workaholic, bro. He'll put together songs and be like, man, we got to use a different beat. Okay, well, we can do that, but I got 3 other songs right now that are just as good. You know, it's like
he's got that star mentality, bro. He's got that ethic. He's gonna make it. He's going to make
Facts.
it. He's taking nothing else for prisoner. You know, nothing else home. Speaking of which,
when they meet him, they're like, dude, this kid's cool, man. We hang out, we party, you know, man. It's a good vibe, man. You know, we have fun with it because at the end of the day, if this ain't fun, go to work.
Facts.
Get a job. You know, I worked hard, man. I worked bartending for many years, serving tables for many years. Before I took that final jump and said, this is what we're finna do. But man, if that ain't working for you, man, maybe it's time to really sit down and realize, you know, what you want to do with your life or what you want to push.
Facts. If it ain't living, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So,
man, it's got to be fun, man. You got to have fun doing it because if not, it's work. Who wants to work, man?
all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, real quick, we are going international by way of Johnny Jury Crawford, who's saying good morning from Wellington, New Zealand. We appreciate you for being in the house.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He is actually familiar because I think he's came through our music review a couple times. So and they're also a family of musicians and engineers as well. Speaking of which, for those who don't know what your particular role is as far as Remo, but because I know as they watch our channel, they're always like they hear the name Remo, they see you, but they may not know exactly what the correlation is. Could you go ahead and let them know at that point what exactly is your title?
Say that because you know when we first started, it was just engineer. He's recording. He's right behind, right in the mic, right there, and doing his thing. It developed into a lot of other things. You know, he said, "Hey, what do we got to do to put this out?" Well, that's what we need to do. Okay, let's do it. You know, I said, "Okay, well, look, let's meet in between. Let's, you know, I'll help you if I believe in it. It's a good project. I believe in it. So I'll meet you halfway." Guess what? Boom, there it was. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what's the next step? Hungry for knowledge. Well, what's the next step? Okay, you want to know what the next step is? It got a price tag, Bubby.
Facts.
I don't know if you ever did Google ads or Spotify marquee ads or real ads. They ain't cheap.
No.
But they work, man. They work. I can put up a bunch of fake streams too. But guess what? Them bots, they get caught, they're pulling your whole fucking album down. Excuse my language, but they pulling your whole shit down. Your whole profile. Fuck the album. The whole profile coming down. They ain't playing with that shit no more because guess what? They've been paying out for years on these fucking bot plays and people ain't been realizing. So they're cracking down on it. They're losing money just like any other business.
Right.
You know, so hey, you can do what you want to do, but if you want a real following to build real cities, you find out where they're targeted and you go to work. You buy every playlist in Phoenix, Buffalo, New York, streaming you. Buy every fucking playlist they got there.
Well, hold on. You give them too much. You give them too. Hold on, wait a minute. You give them too.
Free game now. I told them if they want it again, they can get it rewinded. But
somebody get that man some water. Somebody get that man some water. He on fire, right? Yeah, I don't know if they ready for it. Tell them about it, man. Hey, I don't know if they're quite ready for it.
Keeping it real, man. This is no offense, so I got to keep it 100 with it.
100, man. Hey, listen, no, but I was speaking to the fact that you are the engineer and producer. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, we went further on. We you know now he's got acquired. You know, people are acquiring about it. So I've taken the management role, but my whole thing is develop the artist to the next level. I'm an artist developer. I've been doing it for many years, trying to get the right sound because it goes beyond just coming in and rapping. If you don't have a particular sound that an engineer from any studio can go to and you can plug this in and it sounds exactly like you sound, you got to create that. Nowadays, the sound is so important. So we created the sound And then I was like, man, wow, dude. And then I come to find out this guy can sing too. What
Facts.
the F? Wait a minute. So if we do a little training with this, maybe we can work with it. And it grew to that. So, I mean, I've just taken on a managerial role just because I don't want to see him go through things that maybe I went through, and I can weed out certain things that he won't have to go through, and losses that he'd have to take to get to this point. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
Facts.
So I just been helping him out. He's a young kid. He's a sponge for knowledge. So I try to. That's our key as an OG in music, is to pass the knowledge to someone else.
Each one
If
reach
you're
for
not
the
doing
same
that, you're wrong, man. You should always be trying to teach the youth instead of you know what I'm saying, encouraging them to do other things. But
point.
we won't go into that right now.
That's what I love. That's what I love about you, man. That's one thing. One thing I can personally attest to is that you've always stood for a man of truth. David gonna tell you like it is. Like it might not be what you want to hear, but it's gonna be 100% true. That's the only way he gonna play it, is straight as an arrow. With that being
Facts, man.
said, he don't even open his mouth if he don't feel like it's gonna benefit you. You feel me? So great asset to know. For those of y'all who've been following.
Well, I
Well, y'all
appreciate
already
that,
know.
Matt. You know, I just got a passion from it. You know, I learned that from what I seen. You know, it's kind of like one of those learned behaviors. You know, I watched those guys in the studio, and I don't know if you know who produced their music early on, but Mikey Clark was a beast in Detroit. Shout out to Mike, because he created sounds for Kid Rock. He created sounds for Insane Clown Posse, Twisted, which is, you know, used to be the House of Crazies. I mean,
Thanks.
he was part of the movement, the early horrorcore movement in Detroit. And a lot of people don't know that. So I sponged on him for everything. Mike, why are you doing that? Mike, why are you doing this? Mike, why are you doing this? Mike. I'm sure he got sick of it, but
Hey,
he showed me.
That's what I was saying. But see, you were actually paying attention to what was going on, and
Sure.
in that same instance, that's what I would ask. Right now, there's somebody who's sitting. There's a young version of you somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Or they're at a point in their life where you have been, and have the potential to either follow in your shoes, or they're just trying to figure it out. What's some jewels that you could drop to them? Just some quick wisdom as far as maybe either decision making or outlook, or just education in general, as far as what you might recommend as far as just to get to either where you are, or to make sure that they're on a progressive journey throughout this music business.
Man, that's a hard question, man. Man, you got to work, man. You got to. It's a job. It's a lot of work, man. You got to be dedicated to your trade. As you know, Matt, this is sometimes a 20-hour day. Yeah. And the other 4 hours is you plotting in your brain and manifesting. The other part. So it's a 24-hour job. I tell them, even when I'm sleeping, I dream about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's out of my mind so much that we had dreams about that. So first and foremost, for me to make any kind of living doing music, I ain't rich. We ain't there yet, but we can get there.
Thanks.
But man, I'm paying my bills, and my family's not wanting for nothing, and my kids are good, and man, we're doing it off music. That's a blessing.
Amen.
That's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, shit. If I get rich and I got them the millions in the bank, so be it, man. But this is about music, man.
Thanks.
It's about music, man.
Hey,
and that's what I tell them. Hey, man, feel the moment, man. Feel the moment. If your heart tells you this ain't right, something ain't right, man. Let me do a little more research.
Thanks. All right, so trust your gut, definitely. All right, well, just real quick, for where you are now, are there any special points of interest that we want to make sure that the viewers are aware of? I know Toxic.
Man, we got so much stuff going on right now, man. Enough about me. You know, we got that Remo project out, part 2 of the GOAT series. Now, to give you a little background, GOAT Shit is a series of 3 albums. Okay. Part 1 came out in March. I did really well, man. Surprises. It's up to about 1.7 million on all streaming platforms. Number 2 came out. It's been out not even a month. It's got 600,000 streams on Spotify.
Wow.
300,000 on Apple. It hit number 1 in Germany, number 4 in UK. Press releases out the yin yang.
Wow.
People writing about it. Who the hell is this kid? And we did that through advertisements, man. We put them out in these newspapers. We put them out in these areas in Germany that we've seen from the first album that were actually streamed. Who the hell? I don't know anyone in Germany. I don't know anyone in the UK, but shout out to every one of them streaming. I'm telling you what, when we get our passports straightened out, we coming. Know that we're coming. We're coming because
Remo got to tell him up front. Remo got to tell him up front, man. He coming to take their love and run away.
Facts. And another alert. I think it hit stores. Let's find out. I'm gonna tell you. I think it hit yesterday. Shout out to High Wired Farms.
Facts.
Remo got his own little strain. It's
goat shit.
Goat shit. Yes, sir.
What? Okay.
Coolest thing about that is when you go overhead and scan the back of it, you scan it. That's a sale. That's a sale. It's an album sale. So you got these new stickers out that you got a tangible product. In the legal states, we actually have a real product inside of here. The actual strain goat shit is grape ape mixed with sunset sherbet. High Wire put them together for them. And now it is available at House of Dank, and I believe it's Healthy Alternatives up in Ann Arbor.
Wow.
So it'll have some so we'll see what kind of job it does. But I know for a fact I got some samples.
I Dave. Listen now. When I come that way, I might have to have some shit on my shoes. Now I got to step through that goat shit.
When I tell you it's so tasty, man, it tastes like a grape sherbet, like you're eating the sherbet.
Oh man, listen, man. Well,
it's nice, man. Shout out to High Wire, man. They did their thing, bro. They did their thing.
Well, man, take a couple toasts for me, man. For real, that's that goat shit. You know it's destined to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, apart from that, man, if y'all don't know, man, Dave can usually be found riding in the morning on Facebook, listening and demonstrating some of the music he's working on, giving y'all a taste of that firsthand flame. So y'all make sure that y'all understand what hearing. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Y'all
you know what time it is. That's that day. You know it's time to tune in. It's time. Hey, let's get right. Get right. And a lot of people say, "Hey, man, where do you get that from?" Like when you used to hang around with the rednecks and shit. I say, man, stop playing with me, man. I say, I get that from when we was on the prison yard, and I'd scream if I need to get that guy's attention over there. That's how our crew communicate. Hey, we had a problem. Yeah. Hey, it was time to get in action. It was time to go. So I just carried that on when I got to be a free man and got blessed to do that. I just carried it on, man.
Hey man, like they say, gifts to make room, and definitely is a trademark. If those of us who know what that sound means, that know you about to get blessed with some goodness. You know what I'm saying? You about to get some of Dave's infectious energy, because the man's always on a positive tip, and you about to get some musical audio blessings through the air sound wave. So y'all make sure y'all check my man out, man. For real. On Instagram, it's Another Hood Classic, right? Everywhere it's Another Hood Classic. Yes, sir. All right, man. With that being said, boss man, can you do us the favor of introducing the name of the track that we're gonna lead them with today? Well, this track was a bonus track going into the third. It's supposed to be on the third album, The Old Me, but we had to give it to him now. It's called Pop My Shit, and it's doing numbers on all streaming services. You can go buy it, leave a review on iTunes, Apple. Man, yeah, man, I'm proud of him, dog. Facts. Well, and I'm proud of my team too. Number one pick. What you got? What you know about the new Cunningham jerseys? Yes, sir. Hey, my boy said, hey, and that's another thing. Lakers were coming for you. Brooklyn were coming for you. Oh yeah, all the big names. We coming. All the young bucks. Oh shit! I'm trying to see it go down, but hey, they gotta be ready for LeBron. Let's get it. They better be ready, my brother. Yes, sir. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and leave him with the pop my shit. We're gonna let Remo pop that shit like he's supposed to, real quick. Papa, man, let the kid talking shit, man. You feel me? Y'all make sure y'all stick around, man, and remember to make sure y'all look up Another Hood Classic on Facebook, on all platforms. Add it to your friends list today, and it'll definitely bless your life going forward. With that being said, man, I'm gonna let Remo go ahead and pop his shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks again, Matt. No offense, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you guys for that, man. Hey, it's been a pleasure here, man, and thank you. Until the next time, y'all be easy, man. This Remo.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeet.
Remo. Yeah. Finna pop my shit. I'm finna pop my shit. Okay. First thing they wanna say, I need to stop my shit. Knowing that I've been like this is legit. Talking my shit, mean as a pit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. 4 for the kick, 6 for the fit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. Gold on my neck, Cupid on my wrist. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. Ain't seen one yet that can stop this shit. 40 on my waist, I'll pop this bitch. You know I go to feeling like Pac and shit. 30 round mag on this Glock, little bitch. No time for you hoes on that toxic shit. Hold on, bitch, I'm finna pop my shit. You ain't in love with me, you in love with this dick. The way that I eat it, then I play with your clip. I slap you on your ass from the back, you get licked. You know when I came that I came with the stick. You know I'm the one, I'm the motherfucking pick. Scrub around on their ass something like Vic. You know I'm the shit, you know I'm the GOAT. They say they got guns, but they don't want smoke. I'm popping my shit, cause bitch I'm the coach. I'm off in that water like a motherfucking boat. Rocking by myself, I'm just trying to keep float. Praying to God, I'm just trying to keep hope. Them pussy niggas talk, but them pussy niggas know that I lay their ass out, showroom flow. Caution, I ain't with all that talking, I ain't with all that flossing. All my niggas bosses, we popping shit on the offer. Shoot a nigga dead, not chalk him. If he try to run, I halt him. If you wanna bump, I fought him. Hit him with the right, I caught him. He whooped the nigga ass in a brand new Giuseppe. Hell yeah, nigga, that's why I bought him. See, when I caught him, he looked like a deer in some headlights. He ain't even know how to play it right. I be on that fuck shit late night, popping my shit like I'm on a bike. Smoking Zaza while I'm at the light. Damn boy, I wrote this bitch just right. Looking at these diamonds and they too bright. Hitting like Mayweather fight night. Shoot a pussy nigga dead night. Y'all know my mind ain't rap tight. Y'all pussy niggas better get right, cause I'll put this 40 Glock in your life. Pop my shit, 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 pop my shit. These pussy niggas can't stop this shit. Pop my shit, 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 pop my shit. These pussy niggas can't pop this shit. First thing they gon' wanna say, stop my shit. Knowing that I've been like this is legit. Talking my shit, mean as a pit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. 4 for the kicks, 6 for the fit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. Dope on my neck, Cupid on my wrist. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. Pop my shit, 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 pop my shit. These pussy niggas can't stop this shit. Pop my shit, 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 pop my shit. These pussy niggas can't stop this shit. First thing they gon' wanna say, stop my shit. Knowing that I've been like this is legit. Talking my shit, mean as a pit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. 4 for the kick, 6 for the fit. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. Go on my neck, keep it on my wrist. Hold on, bitch, let me pop my shit. I'm the motherfucking GOAT. I ain't seen one yet to stop this shit. Dave, tell them what it is. Another hood classic. Okay. Yeah.